Welcome to the On the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. And now, here are your hosts, Ray Dunmire, Oscar Rendon, and Tim Ross.
All right, so we're back with episode 53 with a very special guest.
Aww.
Very special.
Ray's man crush.
Whatever you
Man
say.
Crush Monday, right?
Hey, it is a Monday. Matt Kenway, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Considering everything that happened this weekend, I'm pretty good.
So, couple different shows that we've seen you on lately. Glory Pro, you've been killing it.
Yeet.
Um,
God, I just said yeet.
you did.
I think just somebody shoot me if you see me in public.
We can arrange that.
Yeah.
There's a couple of...
Yeah, you're not the most popular guy in Glory Pro.
No, I'm not.
No.
I don't. First of all, I don't get it. Like, it's funny because I'm taking pictures and
How dare you bleed in front of children?
bleeding.
How dare I?
How dare you?
Bleeding in front of children, and all I could hear from the back was, "You deserved it, Kenway."
It's always I'm sitting there just like, and I didn't know what happened at the point. Like, I remember getting up to go, like, me and Aaron were going to double team the guy, and like I just get up, I like feel my lip, I'm like, no, there's a little bit of blood. It's probably like not that minor. I pull my hand away, and it's just caked in red, and I'm like, well, dang, smeared on my face. I'm like, get him. We hit our nice little combo that we always do, and then like the rest of the match, I'm just like on the ground, just spitting blood onto the ground. And I remember just like after I was eliminated, like I stumble to the back, I get there, and I see the manager for the Spalding Hall coming down. She's like getting a mop and stuff. She's like, oh, there's blood everywhere. And I just looked over. I'm like, sorry, Megan. And she's like, oh my God, are you okay? That was everyone's reaction getting into the back. She was, Jesus, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I just bit my lip. Like, I'm not dead. Everyone thought I like somehow like sliced my head open. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I just rubbed blood all over my face. That's it.
I then bit into my top lip 2 days later. So it was just like another. No, it wasn't a family show, but it was like, come on. Eating for the past week has been a joy.
I'm sure it has. We got some good pictures out of it.
Yeah.
So
I loved those, by the way.
So, you know.
Yeah, good video. There was a good video too from Glory Pro. So I mean, I don't know. Why do you think people hate you? I mean, you haven't done anything really to like garner that hate, other than unless people see
Here's the
other
thing.
shows.
Alton hates me.
Alton hates you.
Alton hates me. Everywhere else, I get cheered and everyone like loves me, and then it comes to Alton, and I'm just like public enemy number one for some reason, and I don't know why, but it just is that way. And it was funny because I noticed that somebody pointed out. They're like, "Yeah, no, you're just Satan and all." And I'm like, "Fair enough, fair enough."
I laughed. I don't know. I want to get down to the bottom of that. I don't know.
Ask the fans; they're the ones who boo me.
Alton, why do you hate Matt Kenway?
Yeah.
Tell us. Tweet us.
Tweet at
Tweet
Matt
us.
Kenway.
Oh no, not at me, please.
No, not at it. You can tweet at us. We'll tell him.
No, but then you could just retweet all the great responses. You know?
Oh yeah, all the great responses.
All the great ones, you know.
Why can we should die?
Ooh.
That'll be the title of them.
That's harsh. We don't want you to die.
Yeah. Well, I don't know yet.
Let's remember, a fan yelled, and I quote, "Kill that green kid."
Oh shit!
To which my reaction was, and then I think if this is the match, this is the 4-corner tag. I think right after that I drove a knee into Dirty Russ's head. So, you know, I think I got back on everything. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you've grown a lot since the last time. Like I remember, what was it like, the first time I saw you was at a Dynamo show, and it was like, oh, he's okay.
Yeah.
And then months went on and on and on, and I was like, this guy's getting better. And then at this point, it's just a matter of time before, you're wrestling everywhere. I think. I know Ray, he's been a believer since the beginning. So
I know, and you guys have always been very like supportive of everything, and just always like letting people know about like, oh, you know, you can see these guys here, like for the entire area, not just me too. Like I appreciate it very much when everyone tries to work together in a wrestling community.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, Ray, but I try to help out a little bit, just a little bit.
I would agree. There's a lot of guys that are in this area that I can honestly say that I enjoy watching. Whether it be yourself, Everett Connors, all them other guys.
All them other guys.
All them
like,
other
I
guys.
could list.
St. Louis is so like populated with good wrestling right now. It's insane. Like there's so many great guys in the area and everything, and so many of us traveling. It's a joy to be around in the area.
So let me ask you this: what's next for the St. Louis wrestling scene? Is there anything that you think we're missing?
Missing? No. Aside from not having a commission, which I personally despise, and I actually had a fun conversation with Skylar Faden at Punk Pro this past Saturday, where we talked about how just like Oklahoma's got a commission too, and it's just so difficult. And like it serves its purpose, but it's also very difficult to do stuff. I know you guys saw it on Twitter. Glory Pro saying they wanted to run at the Chase Hotel, where wrestling at the Chase Hotel. I think that'd be amazing. Like that's the only thing missing to me is like just that super show at the Chase would be amazing. But like I think there's a different taste for everybody depending on the show you want to see. PWCS puts on a unique product. Resurgence puts on a unique product. Glory Pro puts on a unique product. NWL puts on a very unique product. And I love, like, all the products combined are so wonderful. It's such a great time to be in the St. Louis wrestling scene.
I mean, I don't know, because I'm trying to think. Yeah, you do. Like, I don't like the commission either. Like, it's just, for me, it's like this thing of like, when people are like talking about St. Louis wrestling, like, you don't get, sometimes you just don't get the whole package because, the guy get physicals in time, paperwork in time, blood work in time, and it's
a little difficult.
And sometimes people don't want to do that, It's like it's money coming out of your pocket as well.
It's a little difficult and it's hard to do, and sometimes that's why a lot of shows run over in Alton and on the Illinois side of the river is because there's no commission over there. Some commissions are very relaxed. I know in Kentucky it's very easy to get a license and stuff, but Missouri is one of the more strict ones. And that kind of affects like who promoters can also bring in time, because you got to bring in these people. They have to get all this blood work done, get the samples, or get the paperwork done, and it's a hassle. It really is.
I wouldn't say that I'm against the commission. I would say that I wish their fees were not as high as they are. I think that's kind of ridiculous.
Especially for wrestlers.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Like, yeah. But, and I think that the blood work and the stuff, I think that it's good to get.
Oh, yeah,
by
definitely.
all means, but, every 6 months, maybe that's a little...
Yeah,
maybe that's a little too soon. There's like little things that I would tweak with it.
Yeah.
But, again, that's just my own perspective on it.
We're
close enough to Alton. We're close enough to Collinsville.
No one has to make an extremely long drive either.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And even so, myself as a wrestling fan, I would go. I've been to Chicago. I've been to. Where else have we been? Indianapolis is one of the ones that we want to go to. Dayton we talked about earlier.
Yeah, Dayton's an awesome.
Those were couple-hour drives, yes, but is it really too far? No.
No, and that's the thing is like, I just did a weekend in Indy. I had Friday night at WCWO, and that was just a really fun night for me. And then Saturday I was at the same building, but it was Punk Pro Wrestling, which was phenomenal. Such an awesome locker room of guys to be around, and such an awesome there wasn't a bad match on the card. I think noted. I think I missed the match a couple after mine because I was getting my ribs checked out and everything. But it was such an awesome time, and the positivity in the crowd. It was a crowd that was very positive towards everything. They were very respectful, and it was by no means a kid's show. Like, you know, and I try and keep my cursing down as much as possible, but, you know, when you're not on a kid's show and something's happened, you let out that expletive every once in a while, and might have overdone a little bit, but it was that moment of freedom where it's like, yes, F you, F you, F you, F you. But it's just a fun time, and Punk Bro is just a great company. You know, I've like the group that worked together on that was phenomenal. And it's one of my like top 5 favorite places to go wrestle for in the world. Number 1 being Glory Pro, because that's like, it's close to home. It's such a well put together product. Production value is phenomenal. And you have such a great group of guys, and everybody just wants to make everything better. And I think that's why I love a lot of this.
The Glory Pro show, if you haven't been to one, you know, we say this every episode we have, get to one. You know, July 9th is going to be crazy. August 20th, not too much has been announced right now, but again, it's going to be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And then October
15th, I think.
October, yeah, so sometime in October. We still got time.
Yeah.
We're not going to quote dates on that one yet.
We got like 4 months.
But I think the best thing about Glory Pro, and I've said this before, is it's started with Elgin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Ground up.
You could see the passion that man has for not just Glory Pro, but professional wrestling in general.
Oh,
and that to me was the thing that made me go, we need to get behind this.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, like, being one of his students, he puts passion into everything, and he instills it in us. Like, he makes sure that we have a passion for this. And, like, it naturally, like, we are passionate about it. Mm-hmm. You know, why else would we be professional wrestlers? The passion he has for this, and just the emails he sends out to the talent. You know, here's call time, here's this. And there's always such positivity in what he wants to, and you can just see in the text or anything he says that, hey, I want this to be great. You know, he doesn't want this to just be a show that he puts on and it doesn't exceed expectations of everyone. This is a show that is just so phenomenal, and it's growing so much. For anybody who wasn't at United Glory, as Elgin said, our best show yet. It was so fun. The crowd was insane. Just everything clicked perfectly. And like you said, like the passion he puts into this is insane. Like I've seen the work he's put into it, and just like how he does everything, and it's inspiring. Like on top of everything else he does too.
Yes.
He's a New Japan star. He does indie bookings, 3 to 4 nights a week, and then he runs his own promotion and runs it amazingly well. It's wonderful. It's great to see.
Yeah, and anything that goes on at Glory Pro, he is like right there to make sure that it's perfect. Whether it be, I remember the first show. It may have been the second show, but it was the second show. They got more posters to hang on the ceiling, and one of them was like crinkled a little bit, or it was like.
It was curling.
Like when it's
it was curling back up.
It curled. No, we can't have that. I'm like, I was like, it's not. You can still see Glory Pro. He goes, no. Get some cardboard. Do this. And I'm like,
the man wants it to
cares.
Look as professional and as wonderful as possible, and he does, and it's great to see. It's one of those cool things where it's like, this is awesome. Like,
yeah. It's so cool to sit there and watch a show from top to bottom, whether it be whoever he brings in or the same local guys that we see pretty much every weekend, but the intensity there is, I just feel like it's a little bit higher. PWCS and all them, they still put on a great show. Oh yeah, phenomenal. Love all of them to death, but there's something about Glory Pro that just
the atmosphere.
I haven't quite pinpointed it yet, but
exactly. That's it. It's exactly it. It's just like there's something about that atmosphere where it's like, oh boy. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Do you agree?
Quote of the night.
Yeah, I agree. No, but a fun fact though is that this is the first time me and Kenway have done a show together.
Yeah, because the first Kenway episode that we had, he bailed.
Yeah, you bailed.
He bailed. So
Did
it
I
was just me
bail?
and
Or
Kenway.
I didn't. I wasn't able to make it. The second one. No,
Either
the
way,
second
same
one.
thing.
The second one I did bail. It was the Riot Radio one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When-
that was the
when-
one. That was like
When Kenway kind of chopped me.
kind of. Ooh.
I
Kind of.
think Jovi did a little bit more damage.
Yeah, I'll reconcile that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I say as I'm like
Ooh.
feeling the knot on my calf right now, as I'm like, it's hurting.
But yeah, this is the first one, so
Yeah, no.
we're making
So
history.
get your hard hitting questions out.
Yeah, no, like I'm however much time you guys want to do, like any question you guys want to ask, I'm always like happy to just do these things. I'm a firm believer that positivity begets positivity. And like that's kind of been my motto, like my personal motto lately is just like we're all here. Let's just
We're out here. Might as well work
ELE.
together.
Everybody love everybody.
And so, okay, so first of all, this Kenway After Dark thing.
Oh,
What
God.
is it?
Getting right into
What
it.
is it? First of all, what is it? Is it a show? Is it a
So
a
it was
thing?
going to be a show, but it's not anymore. Doing a full YouTube show and everything is a bit of a pain.
It is.
Especially like, and I admire the people who can do it all the time, and it's also really hard to like schedule stuff out because everyone's got busy lives. I changed jobs about a month ago, and now I'm changing jobs again. So it's a really difficult thing to like schedule everything. I'm like, oh hey, can you do it this time? Like, and Ray can attest to this because setting up this podcast was a pain, and I am so sorry, by the way.
We were supposed to do this episode 4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was about a
That
month
might not
ago.
be- yeah.
Damn.
And then I had to cancel because like I was working and I got off work super late, and it was already like, and I also like at the job that I just left, the call time was 4:30 in the morning for me to be there. So I live an hour from where the job was, so I'd have to be up at 3 a.m. to have breakfast and everything, and I don't go to sleep till 10 or 11. So I was just getting these horrible sleep schedules, and I'd get home from work, and then it would be like, hey, can you come do the interview at 5? I'm like, another hour, and this is a 40-minute drive for me, so it's better.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh God, please don't make me get up again.
But hopefully this new job is a little bit closer to home.
15 minutes. It's actually, the job I was at for 2 years is right down the block.
Oh,
It's hilarious to me. It's like, oh yeah, I'm that close.
that's nice.
Great.
So then now, I mean, because I see the hashtags now, After Dark, Kenway After Dark. So what is it now? What is that?
So
'Cause you got some pretty sweet T-shirts out of it.
have you guys seen the new one?
The new one, no.
So let's talk about this new T-shirt.
Because Ray just bought.
Let's talk about this
the
new
old one.
T-shirt. The day after I received my Kenway After Dark T-shirt, this guy posted a new design on Twitter, and I'm like,
Well, it all comes out with the new gear design too.
I just got this one.
And we also rebranded too. I also rebranded. I work very closely with Vacated Title, who I'm now part of Team Vacated Title, which was really cool to do. They put me on as one of their athletes, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I was working with them, and I was like, I need new gear, and I want something basic. Not even basic, but I want something different. Nothing too complex, nothing too, like. Because I was gonna go with this gear that was like Star Wars inspired because I'm a nerd, and then I thought like, no, why am I gonna do that? It needs to be me. And so the new gear that's coming out is with the new logo and everything, the new After Dark logo. It's not the bar sign anymore, but there's still like my entrance video. I actually have an entrance video now. My buddy Jay Rose, who does Punk Pro social media. He made me an entrance video for the show. Mine was the only entrance video to work. He had his computer on for 4 days and it fried after my entrance music hit. So like my entrance music and my video hit, I did my entrance, and then like there was just a long pause. And I see him like get up and go fix it, and he's just like walking down, and they're like, we need a new computer. Mid-show.
Damn.
But After Dark it started as me getting wild on car rides home with Gary J and Dom Carter. So we'd be riding back from like say Indiana, and I just get wild. I just get nuts. Like I'm usually pretty tame in cars and stuff like that, and then I just get like,
Slap happy and.
Oh yeah, no, totally. And one day Gary just goes, "Oh great, it's Kenway After Dark," and that just like kind of inspired me. I was like, this is how I am. Like,
It's interesting.
It's what is After Dark. everything that happens after dark is always better. As you know, bar life always better after dark. Party life always better after dark. I'm 20. I'm a college kid.
That just makes us feel
Everything
old.
about everything about college is better after dark. Trust me.
I was about to say the same thing. Now
Oh, yeah.
I feel old.
Well, yeah, we know.
Bar life after dark. What is that? What is that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I never went to bars. I went to parties though. That was my thing.
I
Parties.
can't even get into bars technically, so.
Yeah, you can't get into bars.
I don't know what that is.
Bar?
Yeah.
What?
A bar?
You know?
The bar? What's that?
You-
Nah, it's everything is gonna become more apparent in the coming months. There's some cool stuff that's coming out. It'll make it a lot more clear. Can't divulge anything yet, but there's some cool plans down the road that they're gonna work out really well.
Oh, we hope. You know.
Ooh, can I talk about something really cool that I found out a couple days ago?
No.
Yes.
So
Don't listen to Ray.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oscar's like, yes, I want to hear. So there's a tournament in Indianapolis called the Young Guns Tournament. Last year, Shigeru Irie won it. And I just found out I'm on that tournament. So August 8th at the WCW Arena. It's a Tuesday show, actually. It's a one-day tournament, Young Guns Tournament. I can't announce any other talent, but I can say I am on it. And that if you guys can make it out, or anyone listening, even in Indy, if you can make it out to the show, I highly recommend you do. It's going to be amazing.
All right. You gotta go.
August 8th.
August 8th, Ray.
I say, take the day off work. It's only a 4-hour drive from St. Louis.
Hey, I've done much longer.
Oh,
We have.
Gotta.
How much? What was the longest ride? Was it 12? No, it wasn't 12 hours.
Would you go to Austin?
No, the longest we've ever done was Chicago. No,
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Ew.
9 hours.
Not a fan of Milwaukee.
I like the the lakefront. I just don't like.
I don't like
Past.
the one-way streets.
It's like South St. Louis. It's like one-way streets all the way.
Basically, and
There's no alleyways though. That's the problem. It's like South City. I can cut through an alleyway and just drive down that for 3 miles.
Yeah, I mean Ray over here, you can attest to that.
Yeah.
He kept getting stuck in the one alleyways or one streetways. So, and he's supposed to be like the master driver and everything, but no, he's not that great.
So that's coming up, which I'm very excited for. Yeah.
I'm excited now. Maybe now I feel like now we have to go since he dropped the news here.
Yeah, no, I definitely need to drop the news here. I've talked to the people who are in charge of it, and they were like, "Oh no, totally, please promote it." So I'm very excited for that tournament.
August 8th.
Hope-
Put that in the calendar, Ray.
Putting it in the.
Oh, you did.
He
take
is
a count.
he is pulling the he's in the calendar right now.
Yeah.
He's looking for the 8th.
8th. Ooh, that's right after Civic Holiday in Canada.
Ooh.
Just saying. What'd you say the show was? Can we edit this part out? What'd you say the show was?
Young Guns tournament at
Young Guns
WCWO Arena.
Okay.
Once the Facebook poster and everything's made, they're just waiting to like get all the talent confirmed and everything, and then put it up on to make a poster because don't like they don't want to put up a poster where it's like appearing so and so, and then that person be like, no, I'm not.
So Ray right now I'm setting up the scene. He's actually writing it in a calendar, not his phone.
It's in Indianapolis. It's where we just had the Punk Pro show too.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool shows coming up.
Yeah. I'm very excited for this.
Filling up that
PGP,
calendar.
AWA, Wrestle Circus, CCW,
Oh yeah.
Pro Wrestling Resurgence.
Ooh, baby.
That's all I have on the calendar. So if you have a show coming up this month and it's not on here,
Let Ray know.
OVW.
PWCS.
Oh,
On the 10th?
I did forget to write that one down.
Oh, you're gonna. Me and Sean Orleans.
I knew it was
My
there.
roster spot is on the line.
Ooh.
Yeah, if I lose to Orleans, I'm off the submission squad or team submission squad. I can't lose to Orleans.
If you lose, we are going to disown you forever. You will never be
wow.
allowed back here.
Well, now.
Just saying.
Okay.
Just saying. So you better not lose.
Man.
I
I
don't know,
hope
'cause
I hope old Dad Bod's ready for this one.
I like Dad Bod. So maybe
Sean's great. Love him.
we want you to lose. Who knows?
Oh wow. Good to see you join the lynch mob that is the Spalding Hall fans.
Oh yeah, old Ray. Yeah, that's you turned on your guy pretty quick.
Who's you wrestling, Orleans? Yeah.
Yeah, he's going down.
He's
Enough.
F this Kenway kid.
I don't know. I like all the guys on PWCS.
Yeah.
It's such a
All
great
of them.
show.
Man.
Got some talent from Indiana coming out, from what I've heard too. So there's a little teaser
Sprinkle.
for you right there. A little sprinkle of tease.
From Indiana.
Yeah.
Huh.
Indiana.
Didn't I say F Indiana one time?
You did.
How dare
You
you?
did.
This was before your announcement.
He said that on the car ride home from ROH last night.
How?
Or maybe it was the way there.
How dare you?
Did I?
He also said F Granite City, Fairmont City,
Oh yeah, I did say that.
and pretty much every city in between here and Collinsville.
Collinsville. Yeah.
I can understand Granite City, kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, kinda. Granite City's not
But-
that bad.
No.
Fairmont though.
Fairmont.
F Fairmont.
Yeah.
What do you got against Fairmont?
You don't want to know.
Oh boy.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I just want to know, because, like I said before, you know, it seems that you're growing too as a wrestler, and like when do you think you kind of started getting your groove? Because, you know,
When did I get my groove? No, I know what you mean. When did I get my groove? I want to say January of this year. Like, I started to, I went to IWA Mid-South, and I had a good string of matches there with a couple different guys. I wrestled Danny Adams and Corey Storm, and then that night we went 2 hours back home, and we wrestled another place. And I wrestled Danny Adams and Gary J, and I just loved those matches. Like, it was a fun time. It was a fun learning experience, too. Glory Pro's been... Like, I've been catching my stride more and more with Glory Pro, I think. And as it's gone, like, I had a Punk Pro show down in Florida, which I loved. Got to wrestle Jake Parnell and who else? Percy Davis and Cole Radrick. Those were two separate matches, and it was just a real fun time. And I realized, like, right then and there, I'm like, all right, here's what I need to start doing more. Here's what I need to cut out. Here's what works for me, and here's what doesn't. Sorry, burp there.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing about being a Michael Elgin student is you've got Michael Elgin to help you, and you've also got, Danny Adams to help you, who's really great, and Kurt Stallion, who's just been tearing it up lately. And they're there to, they're there and they like to help out, and they like to help the young guys. And then, like, I also credit, and people who've helped me the most, it would definitely go, Elgin, and then underneath Elgin would be Gary J. He took me under his wing, like an older brother. Like, he took me under his wing. And he saw something in me very early on that, at the time, no one saw in me. And I understand why. And Gary really has done a lot to help me, and I cannot thank him enough for that. It's not just because, he helps me with wrestling. We're just friends outside of wrestling too. He's just a great guy, and I can't sing his praises enough. And then Elgin's just spent so much time and effort, and he's helped me mold myself into who I am today and mold the mentality of everything into it. And having him as a trainer has been the biggest, how would I put this? The biggest confidence boost and the biggest morale boost is him helping us no matter what, and him putting faith in us. And I hope I haven't, since he started putting more faith in me, I hope I can just live up to it. It's incredible, the stuff that can change in a few short months. Because people remember me before January, and now I'm my entire point is everything before 2017. I want people to either forget, or I'm gonna have to refresh everybody's memory and be like, hey, this is me now. This is who I've grown into and who I'm growing into.
The perfect example of that is a couple months before January, it was a show in Wood River. It was a Dynamo show. Mm-hmm. We were setting up. I think it was you and SB, and we had you record a promo against, just basically saying something to SB.
Leading up to me and SB at the Ready Room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this.
So I could watch that, and I could pick it apart, and there was little things that I could well, why did he do this? You can see this, you can see that. And then I fast forward to this morning when I messaged you.
Yeah,
and
thank you for that, by the way.
I said, something along the lines of like, where did that like Glory Pro wrap up like promo with you and
Aaron Jenich.
I can't remember his name.
Edit that first part out.
Jenich.
Dzinic.
Oh.
And real quick, I'm so happy like to know him. He's like so devoted, and he just wants to be a great wrestler, and like his drive and his passion's awesome. Aaron's, I'm lucky to be able to tag with him, and we're starting to get our stride with stuff now, and it's great, and it's starting to work, and I love it. And he as a wrestler is just, it's great. Like I personally love the kid. And I say kid, he's only 2 years younger than me, but he just graduated yesterday, so congrats to him on that.
Oh, that's awesome.
The world's gonna be his. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like I'm happy I get to like come up with him, because I feel like it'll when we start branching out and stuff, and when he does his single stuff, and when I do my single stuff, which I do, it only helps us, and it's cool to see, and it's cool to see him grow.
Yeah. But that promo, I was watching it and I was just like, where did this come from? Because I think I haven't really seen too much like promo work.
I don't have
like it's something that it's not there, but
yeah, it's kind of difficult sometimes because a lot of times you either get post match promos or you need pre match promos, and sometimes like I don't know who I'm wrestling. Yeah, I don't have time to prepare for that. But I know I'm going to go home and do a promo about UIW, where I'm going to be at June 17th in Alabama. That promo was just me at the moment furious with everything. Like, that was me just, like, self-disappointment, a little bit of anger, because at the time, I was just covered in my own blood. Like, my wrist tape was mostly red, I couldn't talk, really. So I was really upset about that, because I'm like, I don't want to go out there and bleed in front of kids either. Like, it's a kid show.
Yeah.
It's a Friday night. Yeah, we were a little wild. Didn't want to bleed in front of kids though. It's one of those things. That is me. That's me. That's me. That's not me trying something. That's just me. And I've kind of realized like that's what I got to do from now on. Is like I just have to be real about everything.
Yeah.
I can't force stuff. It has to come naturally.
Yeah, I'd say that. I mean, it's all in the eyes. I saw it. Like, when I watched it, I was like, yeah, like, you could tell it was all in the eyes.
We really are driven to win those United Glory Tag Team Championships, and that's our goal. And
that's a cool thing, too, the fact that each championship, I feel like, that gets introduced to the Glory Pro, it's as big, if not the same, as the main championship. Like, you want to be the Tag Team Champions, and you want to be the Glory Pro, Crown of Glory champion. So it's
exactly. That's the thing. Is like I want those tag belts as bad as I want that Crown of Glory title.
So I mean, again, that's like another singing praises to Elgin, just how well he's,
they mean something.
Yeah, they mean something, and I don't know. Like I'm just really curious to see where you'll be by the end of this year.
So am I.
Because it's an interesting trajectory you've had in the last 6 months. And it's weird to say 6 months, because it's been 6 months.
Yeah, it's been 6 months since January, and that's super weird to me, too.
I think it all comes back to, when you're doing something that you love and you're doing something that you enjoy, it kind of goes by a little quicker, or you don't realize that the time, it's still the same amount of time, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's faster, and
well,
I think
and then just like going on Twitter and like we just see you like how many shows you're doing. That to me, like I feel like that's pretty cool to me. Just seeing like you're announcing like new shows every other like 2 weeks. Like I just got this show.
Well,
this show.
That's also the thing is like I'm also just seeking out stuff to do. I don't want to be one of these. I don't want to sit back and relax and wait for people to come to me. I will actively pursue stuff, and I love doing that. WCWO out in Indianapolis, which is where I go as many times on a Friday as I can. Work sometimes gets in the way of me being there on time. But I love it. It's I've gotten to have some really cool matches there. I got to wrestle Ace Perry in a singles match, which was really fun to do. And then I also got to wrestle Jonathan Wolf, who I don't know if you guys are familiar with, but you need to be.
Yeah, wasn't he supposed to be at the second show?
Yeah, he had some car trouble getting there. And then Corey Storm, who's 16 now. Yeah, dude, kid's been in the TPI and everything. He's awesome.
Only 16?
Yeah, Corey's only 16.
I'm old. I'm done.
No,
I can't. I can't.
well, it's like Jonathan Wolf's been doing this since he was 12. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. And it's fun, the way I look at it is I get to wrestle guys that are around my age, and we just want to, go out there and have the best stuff possible. It's great to me.
Yeah, and NWL, because like you mentioned,
I'm Clayton. I mean, Clayton Fox is great. I am not Clayton Fox. I am Clayton Fox.
Yeah, for those who didn't know, but talk about what's a big difference you see with NWL being here now. How has that either helped you in just growing?
I actually had a nice little conversation, and I had a thought about this. So we've got some really cool talent with us at NWL. We have Murder One and Adrian Armour, who are Cornell Douglas and Castle, who they're the two members of the hierarchy from Georgia. We have Chip Day there. We have Stephen Wolf. We have Christian Rose. Who else? Dak Draper, formerly known as Sammy Six Guns, who was in developmental at WWE. Sorry, I keep burping. It's these energy drinks I drink. I'll say this real quick. Gas stations have become good for only two things for me: gas and energy drinks. Yeah, and I was just talking with Dak Draper last night about this. We going and setting up rings at different places and stuff. It's he even told me this. Setting up a ring is an art form. Ring crew is an art form in itself. And I didn't know what that meant at first, and then I thought about it some more, and you can tell the difference between a ring that's been set up very well and a ring that's been set up, the ropes and NWL and everything are he makes sure everything is perfect, and he wants it perfect because he takes pride in that. He's taught me how to put up, how to do a canvas and ropes correctly, and it makes so much sense now. Now it helps when I'm on other shows, and it's ropes are loose. All right, tighten these this way, tighten these this way. It's all good. It's literally helped in every aspect. It's helped my character development. It's helped in my in-ring skills because I just get to go there and between ring setup and, meeting time, we have a lot of time to just get in there and train together. You know what I mean? So I've gotten to roll around with with Dak. I've gotten to roll around with Davey Vega. It's kind of cool that way to where you just get in there and you get to work work on building yourself. And I appreciate that. And NWL is bringing something different to the scene. And it's very refreshing because I get to do something that I don't do on the indies.
Character work.
Yeah. Well, I do get to do character work on the indies. Once again, wait till you guys see the footage from Punk Pro. There is a teaser in there in my entrance. You guys are going to see something that's not going to make any sense of why I'm doing it. And then a couple months down the road, hopefully it'll be oh, that's what that was. So, little things. But NWL gives you a chance to do something different. It's also TV. We produce for TV. So, it's a whole new way of wrestling, too. You have to wrestle for TV. It's... How do I put this? I've never had a chance to do anything like it. And, I'm only been doing this for a year and a half, so I don't really have a chance to do anything like this. But it's something unique and new, and it's very fun.
So, whether it be with NWL, or let's do this as a two-part question.
Wait, let's
Yeah. What are your goals? What's next for you on the independents, but also what's next for Clayton Fox as far as NWL? What are your goals? How do you want to take your characters, Clayton and Fox, but also how do you want to take yourself as Matt Kenway?
Clayton Fox is gonna keep doing what he does, and that is help Emmett Dubois in whatever way Mr. Dubois needs, and making sure that the $1 billion brother becomes the head of the NWL and the most recognizable part of the NWL. That being said, Matt Kenway, on the other hand, is going... my goals for the year are... I've got a couple more matches that I for sure want to have with certain people. I want to diversify myself as a wrestler. I don't want to be just known as, no, well, he's the guy who does this. Which is cool and all, which I like, but I want it to become recognizable to the point where, like, we know what he's going to do. We know, what did he just do? Oh my God, this is something completely new, something we completely didn't expect. I want to do a couple more tournaments this year. The Young Guns tournament's going to be my first. I hopefully will get 1 or 2 more under my belt. I want to travel. I've got a couple more states that I definitely for sure need to hit on my list, but I'm having my Alabama debut on the 17th. 8 days ago I had my debut for Inspire Pro in Texas and had a blast doing that. So I'm adding new states to the list. I'm adding new shows to the list. I just want to keep expanding myself. I want to become a guy who's recognizable across the country. And, I'm in talks with 1 or 2 places and talking with people about going to 1 or 2 places out of state that I've really wanted to go to for a little while. I want to keep just showing up places and, will I always get on? No, but I'm still going to go and just help set up and, do my part and try and, do whatever I can to get on a good show. I'm here to prove myself. That's my thing. Is, like I said, I want to erase everyone's memory of everything before January of this year. I want them to know the new Matt Kenway. I want them to know Kenway After Dark. I want them to see who I'm becoming and have them invested in watching me take off. I'm not here to give half-assed matches to people. I'm not here to coast through. I am here to blow your socks off with everything I can in the best way possible, and if I don't, I feel bad. It's that Mick Foley mentality of, I'm going to give these people what they paid for. That's me for the year. Whether it be in NWL's Clayton Fox, whether it be on the Indies as Matt Kenway, I am here to give everyone 100% of me.
All right. Well, Matt, thanks for coming on again,
Oh, guys, thank you guys for having me on. I love doing this. Can I just do a quick rundown?
Yeah.
So, shows that I think everyone, that I'm on, that I think people should support. Inspire Pro Wrestling, NWLSTL, PWCS, Pro Wrestling Resurgence, Glory Pro for sure, Punk Pro, 100%, go support IWA Mid-South. Who else? I did running through companies and stuff. Keep your eyes on places like IWA Mid-South, Pro Wrestling Resurgence, Glory Pro, and Rockstar Pro. I don't work for Rockstar Pro, but if you see the talent coming out of Rockstar Pro, it's phenomenal. Support these good companies that are here to help everybody. If wrestling can be a place that we all get to get along and we all help each other, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful thing. Do that. Go and support your local indie shows. Also, don't put stuff on torrent sites, guys. For real, you're taking money out of the company's pockets, which then take money out of our pockets, and then take money away from the production of the show. And, I just say that because of stuff that came up this morning where I'm just like, that's not right.
Heard about that.
Yeah, no. We all just need to be good to each other. Everybody love everybody.
Exactly.
Let's build indie wrestling to this amazing thing where everything's like a cohesive unit. Let's try our best for that. Go out and support your local indies and your local indie wrestlers too. Buy merch. I'm not saying buy a $20 t-shirt every time you see somebody, but if you see somebody with an 8x10 and you have excess money that week, I know economy's not the best, but try and support your indie wrestlers. I can't say that enough because, that's how some of us make our money. A lot of it, young guys like me, I might not always be getting the most when I go to a show because I'm young and I'm unproven. But if you guys like what you see, I had one girl who, when I showed up at WCWO the first time, she's like, "Oh, can I buy your shirt?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't have any." She was like, "I only have this much though. Just, I'll be back a couple more times. If you want one, I'll keep one to the side for you." Well, I kept that shirt to the side up until Saturday at Punk Pro, and she was like, "Oh, hey, I finally have the money." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Here's this." Because it means the world to us to see people buy our merch. Well, at least for me, it does. Because as a 16-year-old kid, I would have never thought that was going to be me. So just support your local indies, support your local indie wrestlers. Give us a follow on YouTube, retweet our stuff. If you want to. I'm not saying you have to, but, if you see something you like, do something, support what you like. I'm not saying go and support every local indie show. If you don't like a certain indie show, don't support it. But also don't crap on it, it's that if
Everybody
you have...
has their place.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. And then last thing I want to say is just, indie wrestling is great because of, I've met some great people in this who I consider really good friends and stuff who I don't get to see every once in a while. So just texting them and everything is amazing. And being, when you get to see your friends and stuff, it's great. And you get to see guys who want to do as great as who want to grow and become the best wrestlers possible. It's a great mentality to have that, and it's an empowering mentality to have that around you. And, empowerment by those around you is one of the coolest things, I think. That's just me on my, stuff right now. Sorry. I'm trying to think. Did I forget any promotions?
Forget anything.
I said NWOSTL and support...
Support In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, yeah, support In-N-Out Burger, too. Good Lord.
I unlocked my phone to a picture of In-N-Out Burger.
I had that at Inspire Pro. We were coming home.
I know, it pissed me off.
I got all my stuff animal style, and then, Vega goes, "I'm going to get me that Neapolitan shake." And at that moment, me and Matt Fitch would just go, "Yeah, make that 3." Delicious.
In-N-Out will be the
growing up
death
in
of
California,
me.
you get accustomed to it, and then you move to Missouri, and you're like,
everything here sucks.
You don't have In-N-Out.
Hell, I'd be happy for Whataburger.
A Whataburger.
Whataburger's good. I just feel like In-N-Out's one of those things for me.
Yeah, it is.
Didn't we used to have one?
No.
What? A
No.
Whataburger?
We've never had Whataburger in St. Louis.
I thought we did.
It would still be here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
On that note,
Yeah, thank you for being on the show. Man, you're probably going to be on many, many times
I look forward to it.
It'll be fun to kind of, just see the progress, and it's always...
Well, thank you, guys.
It's always fun to talk to you, too, outside of this, just seeing you. You're respectful, you're...
No, I thank you.
And,
it's only on the microphone. Whenever he's off microphone, he's not.
I just curse
He's
them
a
out.
dick.
I curse them out constantly.
Yeah.
Where are my red M&Ms at? I told you, Red.
There's a secret feud between Ray and Kenway.
I jokingly said, I want red M&Ms at my appearance.
I handpicked those red M&Ms.
You bought the red M&M bag.
Did he bring red M&Ms, though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude,
I brought red M&Ms. and then the funny part was
I was like, I'm on a diet.
I'm just going to have one.
And then throughout
Eight handfuls later.
throughout the show, I'm just on mic.
You can
Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yeah, the show tonight.
Yeah. You can hear Kenway eating M&Ms. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Thank you guys. And for just a little sign off, I just want to remind everybody that everything is always better after dark.